Welcome back to our weekly walkthrough where we bring the above, below, and talk about the transits you should know. So this is our week of January 19th through the 25th. And to start off, happy Aquarius season, heralded by Venus on Sunday when I'm recording this. From Monday onward, we get a pretty steady succession of planets entering into Aquarius. And it's a bit of an abrupt turn. We don't normally get them ingressing so quickly back to back, but pulled onward by Pluto, we're really feeling those Aquarian vibes. And our card of the week is Justice. And this is a particularly firebrand justice. This is the justice that is very reflective of the headlines happening right now. This is the justice that is pushing for not just change, but a permanent accountability. And so with that, I want you to keep in mind that this Aquarius season is kind of setting the precedent for ones going forward. We're really having to adjust to the fact that all Aquarius transits are going to have Pluto there for the next 20 years. It's a long stretch. And with that, there is a depth. There is more intensity, as though Aquarius wasn't intense enough. And we're really going to start seeing what that means on Monday, where we have the sun having one last conversation in Capricorn with Neptune in the afternoon before moving just before 7 p.m. Mountain Time into Aquarius. Then Venus, already in Aquarius, is going to conjunct Pluto at around 9 p.m. Then Saturn, Mars, and Uranus, all at the end of their respective signs, are having a rather constructive conversation and making some big moves. And with that, we have the Hanged One reversed, which makes me a little hesitant about Monday, to be honest. This is a card that speaks to a reluctance to sacrifice, sacrificing too much, or misplaced sacrifice. This is about people being made examples of that shouldn't be. This is about being pinned into circumstances beyond your control and not knowing what it takes to escape them. But what the planets are showing us, especially with all the outer action, is that there is a more collective need to move right now. And sometimes moving means not moving. There is the power in the stillness of a moment, the breath to recollect, to strategize, and to plan before taking action. And I want you to feel into that slowness, because come Tuesday, we have the Seven of Cups. And this is all about options. This is having a lot of different roads forward and what are we going to do? But it can be also a little decision overwhelming. So the more you start moving into that space of receptivity and awareness and calculating what is and is not going to be your sacrifice for something you believe in, it'll make it easier to narrow down those options come Tuesday, when we have Mercury also having a final conversation with Neptune before jumping over into Aquarius in the morning. And that really sets the tune. Like, we get Neptune can really carry a lot of the collective energy. So Mercury hitting that right before leaving, just like the sun hitting that right before leaving, brings in this awareness of like, what's going on? What is everybody's vibe right now? And what are we going to do about it? How are we going to move that forward? The moon, also in Aquarius as of Sunday night, will have a conversation with Chiron, square Uranus, and then drop into Pisces just before midnight. So as per usual, time zones apply. And for some of you, this will actually be in the wee hours on Wednesday. But with that mercurial energy, that lunar energy, like there is something about moving in groups, moving in unison, moving for a philosophy and for a purpose right now. Can't imagine what I'm talking about. Wednesday, I'm actually going to do an asteroid transit, so forgive me for those of you who don't like them, other than obviously I always use Chiron. But Venus is going to conjunct Vesta, also in Aquarius. And this is tending the flames. And remember, Venus stands for the marginalized, especially in Aquarius. Then we get our Mercury Sun cazimi at 8:48 a.m. Mountain Time. And the moon is going to conjunct the North Node at 9 degrees of Pisces at just after 5 p.m. In terms of cards, we have the Devil reversed and we have the Relic again. We've got some repeat cards showing up this week because I really don't feel like we're done with the energy that happened previously. And no amount of shuffling can change that. So with this particular Devil reversed, this is a more suave, collected, and powerful devil. But that reversal is somebody who has power over, who says all the right things, but probably doesn't mean what they're saying. There's also this sense, particularly with the cazimi, of a controlled narrative. Like the Relic reverse is reminding us to not forget what we've seen and experienced, to not let other people undo, rewrite, or change that. There is a really intense need right now to keep track of reality because it is being changed. The digital records are being changed. People's opinions are being swayed by misinformation. And it's really important that you get clear about what you believe happened. Take notes, journal, go back to your own handwriting. Look at your own timestamps. There is a need to not let people with power over us wield it unchallenged. All right, so on that happy note, we move over into Thursday, where we have the Pisces moon trine Jupiter. There's a nice little mutual reception there. Mercury's turn to conjunct Pluto, amping up that intensity. And then Mars has a parting conversation with Neptune on that conga line out of Capricorn. And this is the Seven of Wands. Thursday is a day to stand your ground. To really be like, nah, this is what I believe in. This is what I'm going to fight for. This is who I'm going to protect. And this is what matters. Stand for what matters. Please. Friday, we get another busy day. We have the 10 of Surprises from one of the Magpie Oracles reversed. And this feels like a lot of action and not a lot of necessarily good news. And with that, we're looking at the moon in dialogue with Uranus, then Mars at 2:16 a.m. moving into Aquarius. Could be an insomnia day. The moon conjunct Saturn, the sun conjunct Pluto, the moon conjunct Neptune before moving into Aries, and all of this is before 6:30 in the morning. And then the moon and Mars have a conversation, as well as Pluto, the sun, Mercury, and Venus. Anything in Aries now is going to be lighting up all of that Aquarius. And so it feels really busy. And it feels like prepare for the unexpected because a lot of action is going to happen on Friday. Just a very busy day. Definitely don't overschedule it because it's probably going to schedule you kind of vibe. Then we drop over into Saturday, and Mercury has their turn hitting Vesta, and then the moon will square Jupiter. Another asteroid transit for y'all. Pallas is going to move into Pisces, and the moon will conjunct Chiron. So Saturday is the Hermit reversed, and this is our particular little bathtub hermit. And this feels like a desire to unwind and to have and take space that isn't actually available. It's hard to carve out space, so any space you can make for yourself to avoid that sensation of burnout, please do. Just recognize it might have to be bite by bite. Sunday, we get our exalted Taurus moon, which unfortunately is going to go through the barrage of squaring stuff in Aquarius. Mars, Pluto, and the sun first on Sunday. And we have the Albright reversed and the Three of Swords, which it feels like another heavy day. Take care of your body. Pay attention to what's going on, but pace yourselves. Happy week, y'all. Buckle up and let me know what you think in the comments.